Today is July 26, 2016, back with the StocksToTrade trade recap. Going to go over the kind of the chart that we picked this morning and why you always need to report or respect basic support and resistance levels. So, going to focus on EBIO today. A lot of other interesting tickers. SPHS was a great long and short today. CCCL was interesting from yesterday. Cool was very interesting, but going to focus on EBIO simply because some of the comments that I got about, I was watching this in the 350s area for a potential short and got a few comments about it, quote unquote, being a bad pick. Well, I mean, keep in mind, anytime you look to short stocks, you have to be diligent and quick with your stop losses. So one of the reasons we're shorting these stocks is they can make violent moves, and just keep in mind that just because it did rip doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad setup. It just means you have to respect your stops. Now, the interesting thing is I mentioned that I was watching this at 350. I think I tweeted that in this kind of 10:30, 10 or 11 a.m. area, and you can see that I would have, say I traded this at 350, and then you can see that it consistently bounces off this 340 area. Will not crack, will not crack, will not crack. Now, one of the things you need to remember or learn if you're new to short selling is if you get a stock that will not crack, will not pull back, especially midday, the potential for exactly this is really there. You just cannot be overly patient with a short sale that is not working, okay? You can be as patient as you want to be if you're in the green, if it's working for you. But this is the exact type of trade that will trap short sellers over and over again, especially new short sellers that aren't used to seeing this. I mean, I drew this line this morning. I had no idea what this price action was going to be. You can see it hits, and then basically sets a little higher low, and then it's off to the races, and it rips up, almost $1 a share from there. Now, one of the things that again will haunt early or new shorts is the fact that it comes all the way back, and people would say, "Oh, well, now it closed back at even." Well, yeah, that's fine, but the emotional pain and anguish you would have gone through if you didn't respect your stop and that dollar run against you. Odds are, number one, you're going to hate your life all afternoon, and number two, even more common, you will invariably cover at the top and then see this crack, and then you're ready to punch your screen all afternoon. So just know that basic support and resistance midday is very important, and you cannot be overly cautious or overly patient with a short that's not working. Nothing wrong with shorting this chart, but when it bounces, you got to get out before that rip. Now, the other interesting thing is, this is basically off short watch for me unless it makes some sort of crazy move to the upside. Because now you can see, again, it tried cracking it at 315, bounced off that same line. Tried cracking again right at the close. Barely bounced, but it perked up a little bit. Really, this thing I think could continue to run going into the close. So just keep that in mind that even though it didn't work, it doesn't mean it wasn't a good setup. And always respect your stops, especially on short sells.